Good evening, everyone. Well, evening where we are. So we are going to be discussing the CES Expo, which took place, I believe, just over a week ago, in America.
In Las Vegas, where neither of us got to go.
Unfortunately not.
Not that either of us are salty about that or angry. The bastards.
No, I was abroad anyway.
So, yeah.
I was abroad, so yeah.
I'm just
yes. What do you mean?
I'm just I can't afford to go to fucking Vegas. I'm gonna. This is gonna be bleeped out a lot. I forgot this is recording, not streaming. I haven't done recording in a while. I need to stop swearing.
Yeah, I'm trying not to swear as well.
I've already done like.
Yeah. So. Oh god. Yeah, Google's going to catch us. Yeah, so we are going to go over the highlights of CES 2024, and we are going to talk about things that looked pretty good, things that weren't so good, and stuff that really shouldn't be there at all.
Let's be honest. Okay, let's be honest with anyone listening right now. With me and Egerton looked at everything that came out of CES, and not everything's going to be covered. There's too much stuff to cover in what
far too much.
Also, 90% of it is really nitty-gritty tech stuff that either Egerton is too bored to talk about, or I could not give a tit about. So all the stuff that we're talking about is the, hey, that's interesting, or that's really stupid. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Anything that's either tickled our bones or made us stop and stare and ask the question of, but why?
Yeah. Yes. So I'm just thinking, should I be nice and start with the good stuff first?
Oh, okay.
Or should I start with the rant now?
If you want to, I can start with something good. Do you want me to start with something good?
Okay, you start with something good.
Honestly? Okay, actually, let's break this down. Good and may actually be available to the general public, because a lot of this is like, oh, this is our demo build, especially the car stuff. It's the reason why I think we're going to talk about the car stuff for like 5 minutes at the end, because neither me or Egerton are really petrol heads, but most of the car stuff is demo only. That'll never actually exist. It'll never reach the general public. The thing I want to talk about probably will, and it's kind of cool, which is the LG introduced a transparent 4K OLED TV that when it's not on, is basically a plane of glass. That there is pretty cool. That there is like, do you know what? That's like the as a kid, what's the sci-fi stuff I look forward to? That there, the TV basically goes invisible when it's not on. That there's cool.
I think, to be honest, nowadays,
also,
I think
77-inch transparent TV.
Listen, it's too big. It won't fit in my house. That's for sure.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to
it. Are you one of those ones that you will actually stick on the wall?
Oh, I hate wall stuff, because their presentation, it was literally like on shelves. The thing is, it's transparent. How the word I can't say in the first 2 minutes of a podcast because Google will be annoyed with us.
We have sworn already.
I know, but I don't want to put more. I don't want you to edit more like bleeps into this if I can save it. But how do you even like mount that if it's transparent?
Probably clips at the side of the TV, perhaps.
I have no idea. But no,
yeah.
Also you wouldn't need a 77 one. You just get like a nice widescreen. You're done. So,
I'm just wow.
So that's that's me starting nice. Then there's I've got two more like genuinely nice things that I can talk about, which are like there's no downsides in the things these two things. All right.
Well, there's a downside on that TV though.
The technology.
Too big.
No, that's the one they showed off a 77-inch one. Do you really think every single version that's going to be 77 inches? No,
Really?
No, it's not.
You think?
No, they're gonna make varying sizes. You know, like LG. I've got an LG TV. Not all of them are giant.
Mm.
Well, that one's actually pretty big, but let's not get into that. So the two other things, which I think these are good if they work and become available to the general public. The Wisp, that's a WHISPP, which is a remember the electronic voice box people used to have to get if they ever had any major surgery on their larynx.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I think every single person can hear that weird, like that off-toned voice that just hits me too high. That's a new form. It's a new form of it, right? That will use AI. David's going to talk about AI later in a different light. That will give people a voice based on what they should sound like. So it's like,
Right.
it's giving people their voice back. It's supposed to be, help a lot of mute people be able to speak, and also those who have lost, say, through accident, surgery, whatever. Be able to speak again. And I think that's cool. That should be available to the general public. And the last thing, once again, the last thing which I can say is, I can say completely positive about, no negative repercussions, because, we're going to get there later. The X1 Interpreter Hub, which is a real-time translator.
Oh.
You speak it, and it will, as you speak, it will broadcast a translated version of what you're saying in a selected language, which, that's fantastic.
Yes.
That there. Great. Okay. Egerton, can you think of any nice things, or is there anything you just want to shit on immediately?
Well, just going back to the OLED TV, I just had to research on that. It's only going to be one size.
Fuck off, really? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing of David trying not to swear. No, really? That's too big. No,
it's only going to be 77 inches, and it will not be smaller.
Don't worry, I can't. No, that's too big. Even for like a big living room TV, that's too big.
That is too big. It's too big, and also I've been when I was in America, I went around somebody's house, and they had that TV that actually converts into like a picture frame.
Oh, my sister wants one of them. I mean, when it turns off, it just turns into a picture.
Yeah, it just turns into a picture. And I was even thinking to myself, I was like, that is actually big. If I did not know that was a TV when they turned it on,
You'd think it's like an art piece.
It's like an art piece. Yeah. But it's too big.
Yeah. No, okay, here's the thing. No, if David got like a lottery winning, got himself a nice big house. Hey, my living room's big enough. I can have a big TV. But David also likes to play video games. And some TVs are too big for video games.
Honestly.
That being said, I would love to rent out a cinema and play video games in it just once, because I know they can do that. Okay, nice things. Any other nice things you spotted?
Oh, yes. So, in my list, I'm just going up to my list now. CES this year brought a lot of gaming laptops, which I'm hoping at some point
to
in
get
the
one,
year I will get.
So that we can actually play video games together, because you have a fucking Mac. Sorry.
Don't cut off the Mac users.
No. Hey.
Boo, hiss.
Mac. I'll say this now. Used to be, no longer true. Used to be the go-to product if you wanted to do anything creative, because they had the monopoly on all of the creative software. Now they don't. And they don't. Yeah. Hey, do you wanna use your oh, look, Photoshop. Photoshop's available for everything now. Do you want to use Final Cut Pro? Hey, here's free editing software which Egerton knows about, which can be set up like Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. That is true.
And then, because we do nerdy stuff, you can play like maybe 1/9 of the games we play.
That is true. That is true. To be honest, I think I kind of jumped on the bandwagon with a Mac very late, because I remember Danium actually saying that I should get a Mac, and I was putting it off for a very long time because Macs are not cheap.
They're not.
They're not cheap, and I was putting it off for so long. And then when my workplace started doing like the technology scheme, and I ended up getting one, I was just like, well, I've kind of missed the wagon with this one,
Yeah,
really.
Macs are good at what they do. Unfortunately, they don't do everything anymore. Anyway,
No,
okay.
we digress.
To move past shitting on Egerton's past life choices, gaming laptops. Tell me about your gaming laptops.
Yes. Yes, so one of the gaming laptops to be mentioned was the HP Omen Transcend,
Okay.
which is a 14-inch display which gives 2.8K resolution and up to 100% of the sRGB color. What word is this? Gamut? For more lifelike images and better color accuracy.
So let's break this down for Egerton. Basically, it's this is a really great laptop to play video games on. Probably also really good for editing on. Don't ask me why anything built for gaming works well for editing because it can process stuff. But hey, never try to leave your house with this because it's gonna be really big.
Yeah, exactly.
I know NVIDIA announced a couple of new graphics cards, which I will read off, which is the GeForce RTX 480 Super, the RTX 470 Ti Super, and the RTX 470 Super. All we can say is they will make things look prettier, I think. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I have an NVIDIA graphics card. Do I know which one it is? No. Do I know how it works? No. Did I have to upgrade it so I can play Alan Wake 2? Yes. It was expensive. But yeah, that's probably like, we're getting the next generation of graphics cards eventually. There is also the MSI Claw, which will be a Steam Deck competitor, which, hey, look, for mobile gaming, for like specifically mobile gaming with dedicated devices, like you have your Switch, you've got your the Steam Deck. Seeing more of them come out, it's interesting, it's cool, but it's like, will it run? Because the Steam Deck didn't land well. It's better now. It works now.
Yes, that is true.
But it didn't work when it launched.
Yeah, it didn't receive a very good reception initially.
Oh, hey, then there's if you got an annoying little brother in your house, can you hear him play Call of Duty late at night? Can you hear all the racial slurs and telling his friends that he's going to fuck their mothers? Then I'll recommend to you SkyTed's voice capturing mask. So, it looks like Bane's mask from Batman, right? It goes over their face. There's a microphone in it, but they can be as loud as they want, and it muffles them, so no one else can really hear them. Which is like, hey, this seems like a very much a niche thing, but I know at least 7 people who could have used this. Egerton, do you want to know my last gaming thing? Do you have any more gaming stuff?
Gaming stuff on my list, and I'm just going up and down.
And yes, I know there's probably way more than this, but once again, we're trying to we're kind of doing a broad approach to this, so we're not getting everything.
The only other gaming stuff that I could see was another gaming laptop by Razer.
I mean, Razer and it's Razer and Alienware. It's like, hey, do you want something for gaming? Here, like, give me all your money for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I've only had in my lifetime, I've only had one product from Razer, and that was a product that I actually got at a price by mistake.
I had some Razer headphones because I was gifted them, and I think I was gifted them by mistake because the person tried to get them back from me.
Oh, God.
I said no because I had already broken them. Anyway,
wow.
Well, not broken them. More, I broke them in. I wore them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, are you sure you want them back? Okay, the last thing, and it's gonna make Egerton giggle. So, Egerton, you've heard about the Xbox Series X, yes?
Yes.
You've heard about the Xbox Series X fridge?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Are you ready for the Xbox Series X toaster?
You are joking,
I am
right?
not, and it's available to buy in Walmart right fucking now after they announced it.
Wow.
Hey, no, honestly, this kind of cheesy shit makes me giggle. I kind of wanted an Xbox fridge. I kind of wanted
Just to say, sorry to those outside of the US, although we are based in the UK, we do not have access to Walmart here. So
we will be
if
getting
you
that
want to
shit on
get it,
eBay.
yeah, eBay, or you might want to take a trip to America yourself.
Honestly, it's like I just imagine walking into PC World and there's an Xbox toaster.
Ah, I know. Look at you like, huh?
Though I feel that this is the perfect time for Sony to get like a return, like a okay, you have your toaster, and they bring out the old
Yeah.
the old PS3 designs. Like, here's our toasty maker. It looked
I just,
it looked like a George Foreman grill. Don't worry about it.
I can't, I can't.
Um,
But apart from that, the other stuff that was shown at CES, another brand that I use and I could swear by them
Directs.
is Anchor. What did he say?
Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
I apologize. Continue. Anchor. Tell me about Anchor.
Anchor. So Anchor does quite a few products. So they do headphones, they do power banks.
Oh, so peripherals and stuff.
Yes. So I actually do own some Anchor headphones, noise cancellation headphones, which I must admit has been pretty good. I would say it's probably on par with my Sony headphones as well, which my Sony ones were quite expensive, and I got these Anchor ones for a fraction of the price on Amazon. I would highly suggest, and I will put the link in the bio once this gets uploaded. But Anchor has a what they call a Mag Go power bank, which produces 6.600 mAh. You always want to get a power bank that produces a lot of charge and uses QI2 technology to snap onto the back of a compatible Apple and Android phone. So if you've got like MagSafe on your iPhone or a Android phone which is compatible of doing wireless charging, then this product's for you, and it can deliver up to one full charge, which is pretty decent for power banks, really, because I know there's only some power banks that will give you about 50%. So those are the sort of power banks that you should be using in an emergency. But to get one full charge, that is actually pretty decent.
Allow me to say, neat.
Yes, very neat.
Sorry.
And it's and luckily for you, it's actually a product you can buy now. So again, it's
Like
called the
often.
Anchor Mag Go Power Bank. So if you would like to get one, again, I will put the link in the bio.
We are not sponsored
But
by Anchor, by the way. We'd like to be.
we are not sponsored.
Hey! If you'd like to sponsor us, we're mercenary little shits. We will shout out your product
I will gladly test
as long as you give us free stuff as well. Money and free stuff. That's
Yeah.
why it hurts.
money and free stuff.
Hell yeah.
And then you had stuff like Garmin as well. The Garmin watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think watch is one of the major stuff that you kind of see at CES because everybody's all about fitness.
Do you know, here's the thing, right? It might be a mild segue. I really don't give a toss about smartwatches. Because I know some people who have them, and it's like, oh look, I got a text, and then they pull out their phone. Oh, I've got this. Pull out their phone, because it's like because most of the stuff they're getting messages about relate to their phone. And the one time I even had a Fitbit, right? Do you want to know the reason I had a Fitbit?
Why?
I worked in a nightclub. I couldn't have my phone on me, and when I touched it, it lit up and showed me the time.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. And yeah, that was the time. That was during my time in life when I was in the gym five nights a week. Did I use the Fitbit for that? No.
To be honest, I will say that I'm very guilty of those people that get messages on their watch but still check their phone. Because at the end of the day, we can only see half the message.
Mm-hmm.
So, you kind of, instead of me having
Pardon
to
me?
kind of guess what the message is saying, I just pull out my phone.
Yeah.
But I've owned quite a few
Like,
smartwatches.
I like watches.
Yeah.
I very rarely wear a watch. I usually wear a watch.
Uh-huh.
It's more things. I don't like pulling my phone out when I'm at work. So if I'm working, so
Yeah.
I also like knowing the time. So that's why I have a watch. But
Yeah.
nah, most of the time, most smart devices I feel are not really needed.
That's fair. That is fair.
Which, by the way, is kind of the next subject we're going into after Egerton wraps up his bit.
Uh-huh. I was just gonna say that, to be honest, I've kind of owned quite a few smartwatches actually. I've owned a Pebble watch, which Pebble unfortunately no longer exists.
I wonder why.
A topic for another day.
This next time on Tech Bros, let us talk about these companies which had really good good ideas that you no longer hear of because they weren't good ideas.
No, to be honest, Pebble watch was very, very good. It's not a Pebble, by the way.
I gathered that much. I just thought that was a brand name, Egerton.
So I had a Pebble watch. I've had
Me drinking some tea.
an Apple Watch. I've had a Samsung watch. I've had I forgot what that watch is called.
Do you know what I had?
And they've got shops in the UK, and it's a smartwatch as well. I forgot what their name is.
Do you know what I had?
What?
I had one of those little Bart Simpson watches when I was a kid.
What?
One of the little Bart Simpson watches when I was a kid. His hands point at the time.
Oh God.
David really, I like when it comes to like smart stuff. It's like, It's like,
I need to.
It's like, but what do you put all your things on? My phone.
Uh,
What if you need something with a bigger screen? Computer.
I need
What
to
about
find out the
I have
name.
an emergency tablet somewhere, for when my computer wasn't working well.
Oh God.
That's it. Like
Yeah.
I have a tablet, I have a phone, and I have a computer. I had a laptop, but it died.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
God.
by the way, once again, if anyone wants to sponsor us with new laptops, both of us will say yes.
Oh yes, gladly. The company's called Fossil. That was it. I had a Fossil watch.
I actually had a Fossil watch, but it was a fucking watch.
Yeah. I know people kind of just like the analog watches. I kind of needed the smartwatch functionality.
Okay,
on
I
that.
feel I feel the more we talk about watches, the more I'm going to bully you. Anything from CES, specifically watch related. Before we continue,
Specifically what? Well, no, it was just the Garmin Lily, which it says that it's a smartwatch which is designed for those who want a smaller, more stylish smartwatch that still offers access to Garmin's health and wellness features.
neat.
Yes.
But say, hey,
And
did you not see this mild, natural segue into the mild
Segue?
next topic, right? The new virtual assistant, the Rabbit R1.
don't like the sound of this.
Yeah, it's basically another device that connects to everything for you.
Oh God. Okay.
It,
Go
it,
ahead.
it looks like honestly, I kind of dig the design of it. Like, no, seriously. While I talk about it, Google the Rabbit R1. Just look at it's a wee,
Rabbit R1.
yes. Basically, it's supposed to be one of the things like, it connects everything and it will make it more effective for people to use their other devices, like their phone, tablet, computer, because everything goes to there. That part just kind of doesn't, because there's already services for that in your phone. But it's also a virtual assistant, and it's like, I like how it looks. I just, I don't like what it is, if that makes sense. Do you get what I
on
mean?
earth is this?
No, but you understand what I mean.
I'm very
I like what I like what
confused.
I like what it looks like. I just don't like what it is.
I'm just really confused what it is. I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, is
It,
this a phone?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't. Not even becking sure. Hey, do you
It
want?
doesn't, well,
Hey, Egerton, I could always
it
go.
doesn't say.
I could always go on to the next thing to make you go, huh? Well,
Oh no.
are you ready for Egerton's next, huh?
Go ahead.
You know the way ChatGPT is being sued by everyone because it's immoral and possibly a horrible system.
Yeah.
Yeah, Volkswagen announced that all of its upcoming electric cars will come with ChatGPT.
Listen, I'll turn that rubbish off.
No, as in I think that's what'll be running their shit. Like that'll be their part of their operating system. It's like, oh god, why?
No.
Why?
They should create functionality. No chat GPT.
Yeah,
Off.
pretty much all AI annoys me because there are ways that it can be used effectively. We're looking back on the real-time translator, the electronic voice box, and then you get stuff like this. By the way, a part of a CES, which I'm not covering because I don't think we should have to cover it, is art, AI art, and I'm just like, ugh, get fucked. That's the annoys the piss out of me. ChatGPT annoys the piss out of me because, you know, hey, it had to be trained using all these authors' work. They weren't paid. This is stolen. Anything it produces is based on their work. It's like that's a very grey and new way of messing over artists. As someone who's published a book, and working on their second, I find it very creepy that AI can just go, we can do this now, but worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And that stuff makes me uncomfortable. And then Amazon announced that they've got a new AI-driven Alexa coming out. Hey,
Alexa.
Alexa, remember Alexa? Hey, anyone listening to this, Alexa,
Yeah.
buy 50 Durex condoms. Alexa, buy lube. Alexa, buy Ricky Gervais on DVD. Actually, don't buy Ricky Gervais on DVD. That's just
Listen.
that one's mean. Condoms and lube are one thing, but Ricky Gervais, Jesus.
Listen. I used to, well, I still do, an Alexa.
I can't talk. My family, my mum and dad and my sister have
Yeah.
Google devices throughout the house. It's like, you know, the wee tablet in the kitchen being the hub. They've got the wee little hockey puck things all over the place.
Yeah.
So
Drop in.
So every now and again you'll just hear, "Hey Google, play whatever," and then you'll hear, "Did you mean?" It's like, Christ.
Oh my god. You know when they say drop in and then you just hear somebody else's voice and it's just like, where are you?
Yeah, my brother-in-law did that in his house a few times because just freak people out. So I can't talk about they're technically virtual assistants, but also you know, I don't know. There's something a bit weird about the whole AI thing, and I think I just been too into sci-fi from a kid, and I just don't trust it.
You know what? As somebody that's used ChatGPT before, right?
Oh god.
Like, yeah, I have. Just to test it out. Just to test it out for research purposes.
Never say for research purposes. It always sounds dirty.
Ah,
I did my own research.
for Egerton's curiosity.
No, don't call it that. No, it's even worse. I was making it sound lewd and a bit creepy, but Egerton's curiosity sounds
Worse.
It sounds like it's illegal in like 3 countries.
Oh god.
It's like yeah. No, you can't do that in Scotland.
No. I tried it just on,
The off chance there might be
just
good.
putting a few sentences on there, and just to see how it enhances your sentences. Probably about 9 out of 10, it was okay. But that one time I used it, and it started putting stuff on there that had nothing to do with what you wrote.
Self-aware. I mean, was it recently someone tried to use ChatGPT to solve the time? I think it was like the Times. Was a crossword riddle or something?
Mm-hmm.
And it just kept answering back, going, "Is this the answer? Is this the answer?" It's like, no, that's not the answer. It's like, well, riddles are tough. It's like, stop. Then there was during one of our streams, Adam, I don't know if it was ChatGPT, but he used an AI thing, an AI writing tool, because we made a joke because he's playing RoboCop, the new RoboCop game, and I don't know how we got onto it, but it was the idea of Beverly Hills RoboCop, because it made us giggle, 80s and whatnot. He entered it in, and it gave him a 7-page script in like 20 seconds, and it was creepy as shit. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to different. Okay.
Anyway,
we've got another.
Let's move on.
We've got like another 10 minutes of this. Well, we can round it with the absolute madness that is cars.
Yeah, Egerton's rant corner. I'm bringing that back.
Okay. Do you want to start? Okay, wait. Do you want to start with the rant? Or end
Yeah,
with the rant?
I'm gonna start with a rant.
Okay. Is it about the controller? There we go. Continue. Gotcha. Go ahead. I'll be over here looking at memes about a submarine.
Right. So, as many will know, that Sony and Honda had brought out a car during CES that was driven by a PlayStation 5 controller. And the actual anger I have in my heart at the moment, because it just made me think to myself, haven't we been here before with another...
I can make this so much worse for you when you finish talking.
Don't.
Because one, we're talking about the Ocean Gate thing, yeah? That was a knockoff PlayStation controller.
Still, it's a controller.
2, the US military trains people how to fly drones with those things?
Yeah, but still, that is the military. That is non-civilian people on that sort of stuff. This is stuff that involves humans being inside of it.
Hey, remember at the beginning of this when we said 90% of this will never see the consumer? I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say the PlayStation controller car will not make it to consumer. I'm saying that now.
You would never know. You would never know.
I don't think it'd be legal to use a controller.
You never know. Ocean Gate made it.
Yeah, but they were rich. We're not rich.
Yeah, Ocean Gate made it.
Do you want to hear the thing?
Why? What's that?
So I'm going to have to. Oh God, I have to work out how to pronounce this. They announced. Apparently, this was a previously announced system, the Trinami X system, and it's a new way of unlocking/starting your car. Egerton, would you like to take 3 guesses of how they're wanting to start unlocking and starting people's cars?
You lick the door handle.
Ew, no. 2 more.
You'll be surprised. The other one is like Tesla, where you have to push the thing and you have to push the handle inside the door.
Nope.
Oh.
This is for, once again, unlocking and starting the vehicle.
I don't know.
Facial recognition. As someone who has a beard part of the way through the year, that shit is not great, because I had to work in some places where it's like, okay, security's quite, so we're going to do facial recognition. It's like, fantastic. Work is fine for like 2 weeks. I trim and shave I alter the style of my beard. Occasionally I go for a cheeky wee goatee. I suddenly had a face that wasn't on the system.
Honestly.
How's that going to work for cars? Also, as we've seen through like 3D printing and shit, you can 3D print people's faces. And
That is mad.
And it can full facial recognition. So that stuff there is like, you're just... I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. It feels there's easier ways to... Like the key. A good key. It just works.
I've got a full-on beard right now because because it's cold. I'm not shaving my beard just yet.
Fair.
I get issues on a daily basis because where I work, my ID and my face at the moment ain't matching.
Wait a minute, I've seen I think I've seen your passport. You do have a very consistent face, even with beards.
Yeah, work don't like that.
Oh, gotcha.
I've had looks like, are you the actual person?
Okay.
And I'm just like,
Okay, do you want to talk about something? Okay, I've got one nice thing about cars. One good thing. Once again, neither me and Egerton are petrol heads, but this popped up and it's like, do you know what?
I don't drive.
Neither do I. But this just seems like a good thing universally, right? It's like, hey, would you like just to make your car just a wee bit more versatile? Make driving a little bit easier? The Hyundai Ioniq 5 electric motor. I think it's electric. Wait, no. It might be an electric car. It has an electric motor on each of its 4 wheels. So, you can drive in any direction. Now, that sounds stupid, I know, but give me like a second here. They can turn, and you can drive horizontally. And that just there, I've seen people trying to fucking parallel park before.
Oh,
Zip.
yeah.
You can just zip in. And apparently, it also allow you to, actually were these aren't. Pivot turn, diagonal drive, 0 turn, and reverse drive. So hey, you need to reverse up a hill, which I'm from Northern Ireland. Occasionally, you need to reverse up a hill. All that seems really practical.
Huh? Reverse up a hill?
Dude, you obviously don't have friends who are farmers. Anyway, wait. We have the okay. I mean, neither me and your drive, but when you're driving, you've got your wee. There's the speedometer. There's your miles ticking over. There's a sat nav if you have one. There are now 2 augmented reality options, which honestly I could see one of these definitely coming in the near future. So, BMW has augmented reality glasses, which give you a heads-up display as you drive, which honestly seems far too impractical. Why the fuck are they in glasses?
No, you're going to get pulled over by the police. That's what's going to happen.
Then, there is the Harman Ready Vision QVUE AR HUD, which is the exact same thing, but with no glasses. It's built into your display.
Okay, that I would...
It's like projected onto the interior of your windscreen kind of thing.
Well, to be honest, you get cars nowadays that the speedometer is projected on the actual windscreen.
Yeah, so stuff like that makes sense. I can see that one making it to general buyers.
But actual glasses, that's a distraction, and especially if you live where I am in London.
Who the fuck drives? Who the fuck drives in London?
Too many people, and they drive like nutters. Yeah, I wouldn't personally wear those glasses whilst driving in London, because there are nutters and there's too many distractions, and you're gonna get pulled over by the police. Now, if you were driving in the desert, or like
it's more you have to wear
highway.
Glasses. It's more you have to now put on glasses to drive.
Yeah, no.
That bit there's that one there.
So wait, what happens if you don't charge your glasses?
Yeah, honestly, I could see this being like the fucking Google glass. Not the Google
you
glass.
You can't drive.
Yeah. Okay, last.
You can't drive.
Do you know what I think we got like 5 minutes left. We can bitch about something. And this is the thing we've both been waiting to talk about for like a good few minutes because it's interesting concept. This is going to be dumb, which is the Hyundai eVTOL, which is a VTOL air taxi. For anyone wondering what VTOL means, it means vertical. It's basically vertical air takeoff, like a Harrier jet. But this is supposed to be. But this is supposed to be for like general use, not even commercial use. I mean, like it's like a taxi service,
Right.
and people are like, oh, it's a flying car. It's not a fucking flying car. It's a plane. Like, I mean, it's like, oh, Hyundai unveiled a flying car. It's a plane.
Could you imagine? And I'm just thinking about, can you imagine you go in there and you say, okay, take me to the airport. Where are you going to land? On the runway.
Well, no, vertical takeoff, remember?
Yeah, vertical takeoff, yeah.
Means they could probably, like, honestly, no, like 10, 15 years, I could see maybe air taxis being a thing, but in big cities, and probably will still cost you an arm or a leg to, use it. And
see, this reminds me of that helicopter service in New York that, that drives you from, that takes you from the airport into Manhattan. No, thank you.
It could literally be like that, man. But, yeah, I'm more on the fact that people keep trying to say it's a flying car. It's not. It's an air taxi.
It's not.
It's a plane. It's a very fancy plane.
Exactly.
It looks cool as shit. Would seeing a couple of them flying around London make my just deep inside, I'm like, I'm living in the future. Like as a kid, the shit I have today would be considered very futuristic. Just not as futuristic as we all hoped for. But now we've got invisible screens, holographic heads-up displays on cars, and flying taxis and shit like that. That would help.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm pretty sure that's okay. But for last few minutes for wrapping up, anything we missed? Anything we missed that you haven't talked about? That was on your list.
No, I think we mainly covered everything on my list.
Okay then.
But I think definitely next year. I think hopefully, we manage to, hopefully get out there.
Oh, I've never been to Las Vegas. I'd be up for it. But also,
I've never been,
the last thing. 2 questions. 1, what is one thing on the list that we talked about that you would never want to see in your day-to-day life? And on the other side, what is something
I've already
you want?
told you.
Yeah, but this is the wrap up.
The controller remote control car. I don't want to see it.
Fair.
Yeah.
I don't want to see BMW drivers having another excuse to try to kill people. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't indicate. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was speeding. I forgot to charge my glasses. No, I don't. I don't want any of that.
God, it makes me laugh about the joke about BMW drivers
because it's usually right.
Drivers. Yeah.
Well, now it's BMW, and occasionally Audi drivers.
Oh yeah, Audi, Mercedes, BMW.
Not Tesla drivers because they're too scared of scratching the car.
No.
Okay, what's one thing out of everything we've just said that you want?
Definitely a gaming laptop.
Okay, fair. I was going for technology that we didn't know about yesterday. I'd want the fucking universal translator thing. I actually I want to travel this year. I want to do more, but I barely speak English.
But then again, universal translator, don't we kind of already have that on Google Translate?
Yeah, but actual ones that work in real time audibly. That'd be good. I know there are things, but making them better, it made me feel a little bit less shitty when me and Egerton eventually go to Japan and I walk into a shop and go, "Can I have your weirdest tasting Kit Kats, please?"
You know me very well.
Dude, we've accepted that one day we're going to go to Japan, and 2, the one video we're definitely doing is us eating all the Kit Kats and then having a coma afterwards because we've eaten like 100 quid's worth of Kit Kats each.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought it was a very it's a very fancy showcase, but nothing other than the Wisp, the electronic voice box, the translator, and the transparent television, nothing really blew my mind.
No,
You know?
no. But to be honest, I think that technology is always evolving. There will always be new stuff coming out, and I'm sure, hopefully, CES 2025 will probably be much better than it is this year. I think, to be honest, probably what the reason why I didn't really feel wow is only because probably only this year I've kind of taken more notice in CES because it doesn't have much coverage in the UK unless you kind of really stay up and watch it or check out the highlights. So probably next year, um, when I take a look at it again, or hopefully if I'm there in person, that will think, yeah, they're really trying to really do more this year, trying to improve. So we'll
Basically,
see. Let's see about next year.
basically, me and Egerton want to go to the event so we can see the pretty things and then make fun of them in person. We haven't done that in years, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but say, do you want to do your wrap up?
But yes, thank you everybody for listening to our first CS highlights podcast. This is part of the Expo TV series that we have on InfinityCast. Be sure to also look at our other podcasts during the year for EGX, MCM Comic Con, and London Film and Comic Con, which will all.
Also, please do check out the podcasts we currently do have available, such as
Yes.
Tech Bros, A Cinema Nasty,
Absolutely.
and
Yes.
a couple of other nerdy things that we do because,
Yes.
we're nerds.
Yes, and so much more coming this year as well. So make sure you keep a lookout. So yes, thank you for listening, and we will be back very soon.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Fuck BMW drivers.